Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. 5 thoughts on Heartstopper's Perfect. Welcome to our look at the second season finale of Heartstopper. For those who haven't been following our coverage in GoonTube, Season 2 saw Nick come out to the rest of Truum Higgs and his father. While Charlie finally stood up to Ben, Elle and Teo became an item. Isaac went on a journey of self-discovery, and Tara and Darcy affirmed their love for each other. So everything was perfect in the run-up to the post-GCSE school prom, right? Well, 1. Tao's fear of loss. Tao's dilemma over Elle moving to Lambert's School of Art comes to a succinct close here. When she tells him after their prom dance that she's accepted their offer of a place there, and he replies, rather Star Wars-like, that he knows. We get a little more insight into Tao earlier in the episode, during his conversation with Nick. Itself a rather lovely contrast to their scenes in the season premiere, when he reveals he lost his father when he was 12, and that's why he's hung up on changes in his life, whether it's Elle going to another school or Charlie forming a relationship with Nick. In a way, I think the loss of Tao's father may have prepared him better for Elle's absence, or at least the idea that he might think. Fingers crossed that turns out to be the case. 2. Music is magic. I usually rattle off my favorite track from each episode at the end of the recap, but I was really spoiled for choice this time, especially with the decision to emphasize the prom band, who includes Sahar on guitar. Playing a cover of The Cure's Just Like Heaven, it would have felt off to just single out the use of Carly Rae Jepsen's Run Away With Me early on in the episode, much as I love that song. The decision to make the soundtrack diegetic in this makes me eager for the next season to continue to bridge the gap between the show's story and its music. I also really have to highlight the choice of Let's Eat Grandma's Happy New Year as the prom began. The way the synth kicked in as it got underway complemented 80s Scar Chase's score perfectly. 3. What's going on here, I wonder? Imogen bows out the season looking at Sahar on the stage in awe and wonder, realizing just how unique this girl, whom she mistakenly assumed was straight, is. Imogen's not a character in the comic, so we can't say for sure what the future holds for her. But I imagine she might realize she's bisexual or a lesbian, which would be an interesting parallel with Nick's story, as well as a way to show how he's grown, by having him guide his childhood friend on a similar journey. I can imagine some might feel that would be a repetition of the series' themes, but one of those messages has been that you can't assume anyone is actually straight, and who better to embody that than Imogen? We all knew going into this show that Nick would fall in love with Charlie, so we'll see, I guess. 4. Darcy comes out again. Onto Darcy's story, which proved to be unexpectedly topical. It hit hard realizing she'd spent the night sleeping rough in the park after her argument with her mother, knowing that LGBT+ people are more likely to wind up homeless, and to see someone as young as her struggle to escape that. Tara winds up meeting Darcy's mom for the first time while looking for her, and realizes after a homophobic comment that she has no idea her daughter is a lesbian. After reuniting at Nick's house, Darcy confesses she felt like a fraud after Tara told her she loved her, because she only ever saw her confident projection at school, and not the troubled life she has at home. However, the truth only reinforces Tara's affection for her, a theme perfect, warts and all. Early on, Tao discloses to Nick that Charlie never discussed the homophobic bullying he received when he was outed, and once they're alone, Nick persuades Charlie to open up about his experience. The irony of Charlie, who decided to ditch the prom because he didn't feel the need to demonstrate he and Nick were the perfect couple, was palpable, and the revelation of the extent to how loath he felt when he was outed brought tears to my eyes. As if his eating disorder wasn't bad enough. It especially broke my heart hearing him say he didn't expect the bullying to be so bad, as he thought things were better nowadays. It is sadly incredibly true how unfair things still are for LGBT+ kids and adults. Nick reminds Charlie he has nothing to be ashamed about or to hide, telling him, "You're my boyfriend," and without even saying a word, asks him to promise to share everything with him now. Nick doesn't say anything since his mom comes home, but we get the point, and Charlie does too. What a perfectly written and performed scene, and strikingly more so, since it lacked any of the show's trademark animation and music. As Charlie walks home, he mulls texting Nick with his first "I love you." We don't see if he hits send, but he'd be silly not to write. To borrow from the old gay rights slogan, Nick's love is truly love. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share.